Previously on Alan Wake.
Overwatch is a game about controlling space through using resources in an efficient way. Use an angle. Got my lights falling to pieces. Rat equals go Junkrat, yes. Hey Nisbet, we're doing your VOD today. Master to Illiari, Edge of Top 500. That's interesting. How can we apply all of this to a Masters to Illiari? You said earlier, I don't think Illiari is going to get as much from this as other characters maybe. I think Illiari gets everything from this because I think every character gets everything from this. This whole discussion is the best download of my brain I could possibly give you. And this is about like a week and a half worth of work with Frostflame, who is a top 500 Illiari player. So this is what you should be listening to. We have 5 things on Illiari. We have left click, we have right click, we have pylon. I will call it pylon and not lamp because you guys get aggressive towards me. We have outburst and we have our ultimate. Obviously our health bar is also a resource. What is left click, guys? We're just gonna cross here and here and here and here to say like what they are. Okay, so what does left click do? Left click does damage at a range. It's got a specific range. It has fall off damage. It's a consistent resource that does extra damage with headshots. What is the left click used for? Oh wait, so BA is bursty aggressive options. So when a Winston jumps in, do you shoot the enemy with your left click? Is that like a bursty option you want to throw in with the Winston? Yeah, if you obviously if you can hit them, but you need an angle in order to be able to hit them. So I call that more angular use and looking for kills from angles. Left click gets better with angles. So essentially what I'm going to say is we have angular use, we have throughput, and we have defensive. Okay, your left click is used in order to defend at melee range with your health bar in order to stop enemies taking the position against you. What is right click used for? Right click used for throughput, sparingly used for angular support because it is difficult to actually attract people, even top 500 players. I've looked at Gala, it's a little bit hard to use, so like right click is used a bit for the angular support, but it's difficult. And in terms of bursty defensive options, it's used a little bit for that. In terms of the bursty aggressive options, it's used a little bit for that actually, because you make sure somebody's always at full health in order to use their bursty aggressive options. In terms of pylon, what's pylon used for? You can do 200 damage in a second through left click though, but I digress. Yes, but left click does not get better based on your team putting pressure into the enemy team. It's not a multiplying factor on your team's pressure. If your Rhine is swinging on their Rhine and their Rhine is holding up a shield, you're not going to get extra pressure more than the throughput out of shooting them unless you have a better angle. So that's why I say it's more of an angular thing. Obviously it's a bit of a wash. If you want to say that's an aggressive option, sure. I'm more talking about like nade discord, that type of stuff. Pylon equals AS. Yep, pylon 100% angular support. Why? Because it's an instantly reactive heal that is reliable for the person that uses it and keeps people in an angle. And throughput. You can use pylon for throughput. Quite a lot of people use pylon for throughput. There are boring angles you purposely put the pylon because it's gonna do more points of healing total. It will stabilize your team, it will get you more ult charge, it will allow you to get the ultimate faster. So you can use pylon for throughput. Pylon can also be used for bursty defensive because you can pylon yourself in a place where you know it's going to die when somebody jumps into you. You don't want to have to do it, but you will use it plenty of times. Outburst is bursty defensive, okay? Outburst is used in order to extend your angle aggressively. So you could say it's used for angular use, but it's used to extend your angle or to stop the enemy team taking your angle. It's a defensive tool. The ultimate is obviously a bursty aggressive option, and that's the kit. That's the kit. All I can see is gold, arsenic, and barium. Excellent. So with that in mind, we're going to go through your VOD, okay? Ultimate has escapability too, 100%. So you can use the ultimate for a bursty defensive option in order to fight an angle. Agreed entirely. It lets you go deeper into a defensive angle. It lets you fight the defensive angle, and it fights out the defensive angle. To be clear, like this is all of Overwatch. This is a totality of it. It's all about using your resources to force space out of the enemy team or force them to use more stuff in order to keep that space. That is Overwatch. To be clear, Nisbet, if you can get all of this, if you can apply all of the stuff I've just said, you will go to top 1 easily. This applies to every single support. You can do this on Kiriko, you can do this on Baptiste. It's all based on leveraging the strengths of your character. Top 1 is a thing. Yes, top 1. So you now have all the knowledge that Frost had, but you don't have any of the application. Which sucks for you because that's the hard part. And you might not even understand properly quite a lot of the stuff I've said, which sucks for you. You did not cancel your pylon. Make sure you cancel pylon. Puts it on a 3-second cooldown. So let's rewatch this. Pylon very forward, no angular control. We should be at the best down here. Remember, we want to pull our DPS angle as far away from our DPS angles from our DPS as possible. if we do not have a complementary angle, we are not doing damage as well. That is a very clear thing you have to realize. So basically pull yourself to here and use the lamp in here in order to support the high ground. Do you need to have your right click onto high ground to sustain that? Or is it a poking angle that is basically sustainable through only lamp? I think it's sustainable through lamp and Baptiste healing. So essentially what I do is I put you all the way back here to start with. D.Va pushes in. Why are we running away from the D.Va? Are we that scared of a D.Va? Is that really like a bad thing for us? What, are we not happy to hold this? And by the way, I'm sorry, Nisbet, you get claws out. You get gloves off because you are trying to go to top 500, which you don't get to do these fuck-ups. You don't get to make these mistakes. You should already understand most of this character, okay? No soft paws today. So you held right side pretty well. I'm happy that you've held right side. Question is, where's Pylon going? Obviously, quite a lot of people shove Pylon right in the corner there and try and pull wide, so it's hard to hit. But they've got high ground control, so it's going to be hard. Maybe you're going to throw it up here for general throughput. Remember, if you are further ahead than your Baptiste, you're more likely to just steal the ult charge yourself for first ult advantage. You want to put it in the corner? What are you doing? Come on, dude. Like, you want to be a top 500 Illiari player? Put it on the floor, facing upwards, so it's not sticking out. It's not that hard. Come on, dude. Nice. Good kill. They were just openly peeking you for no reason in particular. It looks like your DPS ground that out. It dies right here. Yeah, it's really not hard. Yeah. There's the pylon. I can see the pylon. I can shoot the pylon. You just put it on the floor. I'm not going to keep pointing this out because this is likely something that you do all the time without even thinking about it. So it's putting a hat on a hat, just repeatedly pointing it out. Nice kill. Your wrist is just overextended. Do we have a complementary DPS angle here? Genuine question. Do we have a complementary DPS angle now? Right now. Anyone can answer. We need two separate angles in order to make our angle better. Do we have a complementary angle? No? Why not? There's high and low. There are high and low. This is a complementary angle. It's a shame it's not wider. It's not a great complementary angle, but this is okay-ish. Far left on the balcony. So yeah, so we can pull ourselves left here and be better after pulling ourselves wide from the Widow. Does that reduce the amount we can do? Probably increases it. So I'd say try and pull yourself left if you can. Obviously, the Orisa might rotate into you. I don't really see a reason you have to back out of here. Who on the enemy team can challenge you? Well, Life Weaver can with Petal. Maybe the Life Weaver could life grip the Brig up in order to kill you. You don't really need to be that scared of giving up that space. It's good space to hold. Man, feels bad to be a Tracer. Feels bad to be a Tracer killing a Pylon because that's the only thing that matters, doesn't it? Do we have a complementary angle? We'll play top left, to be honest, rather than have the tank hold left bottom. You don't get to choose where the tank goes. They're idiots. Yeah, so I don't see a single reason why you couldn't play forward here. Can they challenge you? No. Just put it on the floor, dude. That Pylon wasn't letting the soldier peek freely. You just use healing field because you didn't have a Pylon on him. You don't need to. Yeah, you just keep up. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Life Weaver break. I don't think I clicked that they have nothing to challenge me to why I can't fall back. Cool. Well, to be clear, you don't get to make those mistakes at this rank. If you want to keep going higher, you don't get to make them mistakes. You have to realize these things very sharply. Why did you not cancel the Pylon? You need to get used to this. You need to be able to put it down, cancel it if it's being challenged before they tap it. I actually saw Gullah do this exact rotation yesterday. They got pushed around here, they outburst to go up, and they got 2 kills. Man, it feels bad to be an Orisa player, doesn't it? Or can't go up, or idiot. I'm basically Gala. It was the exact same rotation. Why are we giving up? Why are we giving up that? Are you that scared of Tracer? Just go here and fight the Tracer. Go here, don't shoot the Orisa. Keep attention. Force them to come and get you. I know it's a little spicy, and you're gonna have to actually do the Tracer duel, and the Orisa can walk at you, but the Orisa's gonna walk at you through here. The moment she walks through here, you just shift around. Like, it's very much a ring around the rosy corner. Just do the fight. Yeah, you've drawn that out with 2 headshots. Of course you do. You don't get punished for the things you do wrong. Orisa drops, what do you do? Moment this Orisa drops, what do you do? Moment it drops. The soldier's cooked in the brain. No idea. Shift. Where do we shift? To the other side? We go in. We deepen the angle the moment the Orisa drops. It's a really good thing. Outburst is a defensive ability that can defend against a dive, and at the same time, it can extend your angle. Moment you have leeway to extend an angle, extend it. Do this duel on the Tracer, shift over, pull yourself around here, start dueling out people that are trying to get high. You're chilling. You're chilling. Do you think Gala would have extended that angle? What do you think Gala would have done when they extended that angle? They would have looked for the soldier, because the soldier was the only person that can challenge them. They never get to this position. I'm going to create an army of Illiari players. Gala with Flamer's tank. You won't make me an Illiari player, or I will drop to gold. Okay, that needs to be lower. You don't get anything from it being higher apart from being shot. So we are currently at 79% ult charge. What does that tell you? We come into the fight, 75% ult charge. What are you doing right now? What's the plan? Poke? Yeah, we're going to poke. What are we going to poke prioritizing? Are we going to poke prioritizing kills? Are we going to poke prioritizing farm? Are we going to poke prioritizing getting that angles out? Because that's going to slow down our DPS. There's no correct answer here. Yeah, not on tank? Yes, not on tank. You're not going to shoot the Orisa in Fortify with the reduced ult charge. You're going to shoot the DPS if you can. Do that more consistently with more damage. Build on use at 8%. Yep. Very good damage on the DPS. Obviously, you can do multiple things at once, but you should be thinking right here, this pylon is one of those that you need to make a little bit more aggressive, because you want that ult charge. Yeah, they just rotate around. Nah, you're not getting in there. So what actually went wrong here? What actually went wrong? Did you push out? We're fine. We're happy. Triple blink into the back line. Sigma turns. Sigma just isolates themselves in room. And then get solo ulted. And your, why did your Widow go down? What happened to your Widow? Jank. Yeah, also you're pulling yourself all the way out here for like seemingly no reason. Like, what are you getting by extending this angle out to the right? You're getting the charge now, but it's like you need to be in the doorway. You're not able to AD strafe. You're not DPSing properly. Secondly to that, I pull you back to here. Do you have a complementary poking angle? Yes. Is the complementary poking angle supported in any way, shape, or form? No. So what I'm saying is this lamp right here is selfish as all hell. You can instead choose, and it's a choice, it's not a better thing to do, to give this to the soldier in order to make their poking angle completely immovable. What does the soldier do during this fight? Plays conservatively, chills out, rotates back to you when ults come in. They could have extended their angle. Could have. Doesn't mean they would. They could have extended their angle. So this is one of the situations where, like, there's a very good thing that you're gonna have to learn with Illiari, which is so let's do I and S. So I and S. So I is Illiari, S is soldier. Okay. So we have two angles. Very simple concept. Worst case scenario. So we have ISP, which is the internet service provider. P is pylon. Illiari soldier pylon. Okay. Illiari soldier pylon. Very simple. We get to choose where the pylon goes. So the worst case scenario is ISP. That's the worst thing we can do. And this is like a poking angle of any sort. The soldiers doesn't really matter. So worst thing we can do is ISP. Second worst thing we can do is IPS. Split the angles. Let's actually define a main angle. Let's just find a main angle. So let's assume that this has an Orisa on it to start with. Let's just assume this has an Orisa on it. Obviously, you don't need like a routing tank on your angle. They can be off your angle. But Orisa, the worst thing you can do is stack ISP behind the Orisa. That's really bad. Then one step up is we stack ourselves with the Pylon behind the Orisa, and Soldier is over there with no support. We hate doing that. That sucks. The poking angle isn't supported in any way, shape, or form. Next worst thing to do is we're gonna swap these, and we're gonna say soldiers on main behind the Orisa with no support, and we're IP over here. We're Illiari with a poking angle. We're with the Pylon selfishly. We don't want to use the Pylon selfishly if we can. We want to give it away. We want to give resources away. And the best thing you can do is very simple. Next best thing I'd say you can do is bring over the soldiers to you. As long as this has enough pressure, this is implied to have pressure. And then we have the final case, which is the best thing to do, which is IPS. If these people are actually active, you want to give the Pylon away. You always want to give the Pylon away if you can. Menage a trial with the Pylon between me and Soldier? Yes, you can do both with it. You can do both with it. But be aware that the Pylon is a smart heal that heals the lowest health person, okay? What's bad about it being a smart heal that heals the lowest health person? What's the bad part of that? This is the most actual coaching stream of coaching I've done in a while. Pylon smarter than 95% of Mercy mains? Yes, it is programmed to be smarter. What's bad about it being programmed to be smarter? Why don't we like that it's smart? Gummy, you got this. Why don't we like that Pylon is smart? Low people behind cover so it doesn't heal someone who's being shot at. Yeah, it doesn't know who needs the healing. Sometimes person will die regardless. Yeah, it's going to waste healing on people that are dead. People who are full don't peek. Who aren't full don't peek. Yep, 100%. That's more it. Okay, so we have a poking angle with Soldier. We have like our Pylon and our Soldier together. That Pylon starts healing someone on main that's lower. This Soldier's at 80% health. They're going to stay at 80% health for fucking ages, and they're not going to be doing any pressure whatsoever. So your angle on main with the Orisa and this fucking idiot who's low health, who's slowly being healed up, is getting healing when they don't need healing. And your pressure on main gets worse because there's no poking angle with the Soldier. Yeah? Complementary pressure. You need to keep their angle active in order for your angle to be good. So essentially, we don't like that it's a smart heal sometimes. Sometimes we'll actively LOS people on our team despite the fact that we can, in order to guarantee the healing goes to the target we want it to go to. It's rare, but it's a thing you should be thinking about. Because if you're not thinking about this as you go, you're not gonna get there eventually. Love it, no problem. Yep. The Sojourn's currently angry at life. So Outburst does 10 damage. It can be used to boop and throw off people's aim. It's not used to damage. I don't mind using it as a duel, but just realize the damage is 10. So right now we have main angle with support with our Soldier. We are here with Pylon, and we have a Widow angle over here, and Soldier fucking around somewhere down low. Is there a better setup? Probably not right now. We want the Pylon. We do want the Pylon to be further back so it doesn't get poked out. I think like this is a really big issue for you. We talk about this spacing? What do you mean by this spacing? I'm happy to go back if you can give me some team spacing. Their team or your team? As in where people are standing? Lisbeth's team? What do you mean, Widow on left, Soldier and Baptiste on right? So they don't need any more resources to guard this, so everyone else goes to guard angles. This is like the setup you want. Good, bad, neutral. This is like the perfect setup. So you look at it. Effective range at a good angle. Effective range at a good angle. Effective range at a good angle. Holding an angle. Support from the Pylon can go to the Soldier. Doesn't go to the Widow because they misplaced it. You can get everything here. And remember, you don't necessarily want to get everything, but you can potentially get everything by putting Pylon in the doorway back there. That would support the Widow at the same time. That's pretty much just about in range. Obviously, Widow can step forward for it, and it's in range of the Soldier, so you can do everything there. So that's an everything angle. You can choose whether you actually want to do everything or not. But yeah, the idea is we are all at our effective range at a good angle, so things should work. But they've started by pushing out the Soldier, which is smart because he's the deepest angle. And now they're pushing us out. We fucked up and pressed shift badly, so things bad that are bad happened. We're now just doing DPS because we're on low ground. Boring. Is there any point here that you could have reinforced their angle with Pylon? Do you want to do something else with Pylon? Like, Pylon up here is very consistent for doing everything, by the way. This is bad? Yeah, just boring. I think you should have extended your angle out left. Is that arm aiming and wrist aiming right? Is one more beneficial than the other? Yes, in certain scenarios. However, the simple fact is, unless you're becoming a professional video gamer, you should not give a shit. The answer is you're going to put more effort into thinking about which one you do than you would just practicing and getting better at it. I'm going to be honest. Whatever you're already more comfortable. So the thing is, aiming is a skill you build up over years, not days. Frost, you have a competitor for top 500, Illiari. I think I was under the illusion that my Pylon use is a lot better than it actually is. Now you pointed it out. Good. But that's a good thing, Nisbet, right? That's a good thing. Because if you're under the illusion that it is better than it is, that's a good thing that you can improve in order to get yourself better. That's easy for you to fix, right? It's good that there's easy things like that to fix. You don't want to discover that something really hard is holding you back, or something that takes like years to develop is holding you back. What happened here? Why are we on main? What's happening? So no support whatsoever on the angle. So you need to pylon this soldier desperately, like desperately. That soldier needs support. 1 second. Okay, pylon. Soldier needs support. Soldier get pushed out and die. You're just ignoring him. You are in the most boring angle possible. Your widow has no support on left, and you're chilling on main. Were you intending on clicking on people's heads? By the way, Nisbet, if you intend to be a high rank Illiari, I think you and Frost should probably add each other and become friends that talk about how to like get better at Illiari. Because quite frankly, you can probably help. You're not competing. You're both trying to get to top 500 and crush it with this character. You shouldn't be competing at the very least. I'm very PvE, I think. What do you mean by PvE? Do you mean you're a bot? Improving is always a lot more fun with friends, I find. Don't pay attention to my teammates when I play Illiari. You're a support. You have to pay attention to your teammates as a DPS in order to make your DPS better, and you have to pay attention to your teammates as a support in order to support them. You cannot do either without paying attention to them. Literally Illiari players, I am done with you guys. Oh, I click on things. I click on things. Right, most mouse software default to 800 or 1000 for normal DPI. 800 is the most common. Pylon here, no complementary angle. Who needs your support right now? Who needs a pylon? You have a Baptiste healing you. A Baptiste healing you. You either need to be here or you need to put the pylon here. You can go over here and put the pylon over here. That's an option. You don't get to pylon yourself and have an unsupported angle. Okay, so you're literally doing the IP. We'll just put it on the actual. You're doing IP over here, and you're doing the poking angle over here. This is the worst place you could put that pylon and yourself. Tanks say you'd be frontlining with break. Do you see what just happened? You got pulsed on, right? And your angle got pushed out. God damn Illiari players. Illiari. Yeah, you should have put that pylon a little bit earlier. It's weird that you didn't have it down. Don't forget about the one ability that keeps you active and doing stuff. Is this pylon in a good place? Are you in a good place? Question to you right now. Question. Let's just scroll back a second. Are we happy, guys? Are we unhappy? What's happening here? Yes, best place? For the enemy team. Are we happy? Frost, what do you think? Pylon. Us positioning, Pylon positioning. Frost doesn't want to help somebody else get better. I'm happy. Pylon could be better placed. It's all right. Pylon should be with Kree. There you go, Nisbet. What did DPS do? What did DPS do? DPS are conduits for resources. They DPS better than you DPS. That's why they're DPSs, if they're supported properly. So you putting the Pylon here gives him 100% uptime to do whatever he wants. And then you can jiggle peek your angle. And even better, do you know what you can do? You can just take the Pylon back when you need it. And you can fight. So that's shift. Outburst being defensive angular support. Yeah, you see that? Bursty stuff. Go away, Tracer. I love that you spotted out Tracer. And by the way, this whole concept is why so many people said Illiari is bad, because they didn't know how to fucking play the character. Nobody knew how to do this kind of like moving your resources away from you to angles. They just kind of like sat on main and they were like, my Pylon got killed by dive. It's a bad character. Illiari needs a buff. People are so stupid. Thought Illiari was good before the gun buffs? Yeah, Illiari was good before the gun buffs. Just got better. The whole community was complaining about Illiari that time, and I was like, you just don't know how to use Pylon as a reliable, consistent resource. So it's the thing me and Frost got from Gala. If you sit on here, you can shift up to the top of sign, very consistent, and then drop back if you want to. That jumps really good. Allows you to easily contest. But it's all about timing. Die break. Yeah, got it. Gala game was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. A flawed masterpiece, yeah. This attack's really shit, so I'm looking forward to this. Me too, man. Me too. And to anyone that actually wants to learn Overwatch, take the time, go back and actually implement the stuff that I said at the start of it, like this, and you will be able to learn Overwatch on any character. It applies to supports, DPS, and tanks. There is no extra stuff to learn. Everything else is just me rewording all of that. Nice Pylon, dude. 12 seconds. That might have actually lost you the map. You really want to force this out? Like, you need angle control right now. Like, you need the Pylon like in this corner to support the Cassidy to push this out. If you don't have that, you're gonna get nothing. Not a fan of Sig, you'll never be able to dislodge the enemy position. Yeah, as we said, like Sig as a resource conduit doesn't use resource in a big burst, doesn't have an incentive to do that. Does like very good at burning down resources from an advantage position, not great at taking positions from the enemy team. Are we farming here? Nice t-shirt, thank you, Lewis. You're cute as well, you look lovely. Let's just watch from third person. Soldier gets a kill. We get ult. It's a big delay between the ult and it being used. And it's late enough that it doesn't really matter anymore. They've already given up all the space. No, Pugs are next Sunday, Ren. Alternate weekends. By the way, sign up for Pugs. Pugs in Discord. Yeah, next Sunday. Also, Pugs as dogs just so ugly. I hate Pugs. They look like they want to die. That's their that's Pugs. Yes, you need to wait a whole week to bully O'Gara. You're making getting this pylon so cheap for that team. So cheap. You didn't fight high. You gave them a great chance to carry with this high ground position if they got support. You imagine if the soldier got 3 brick packs and their brick was playing from a sensible position? Like, you're just gonna get crushed. How can your team contest it? Bap can do it. Nobody else. What happened here? There he is. There's your poking angle. There's your poking angle with 2 people on it. With no support. There's the pylon. Quite late. Pylon's good, but they're gonna be... You forced healing field, which isn't great. This is doing good work. Yeah, he just feeds. He just stands in the middle of the open and feeds. Yeah, it's just an alt fight. That's fine. Everyone's in random positions. I don't think that was random positions. I think I think the soldier and the Cassidy being on the same angle was terrible, but they just fed faster than the pylon could heal them. It's not a you thing. Bap should not win there yet. Yeah, just accept your inevitable death. Stop feeding percentage or seconds. Man, just pull full right if you're gonna pull full right. Why are you going down middle lane? Middle bottom. This is possibly the worst place you could be on the map. They just see you and run at you. It's not even expensive for them to see you and run at you. If the enemy team want to kill you, they're going to kill you. Oh my god. Little preemptive maybe? So you look around the corner and it's a diva and you're like, oh, I won't go that way. How does she not block that? What an absolute bot. Oh, Jesus Christ. High ground control. Should be shifting up here to contest Brig or pulling full right and contesting Brig here. Shift up. We're doing throughput, but Sigma does not do more pressure the more health he has. It's not a thing Sigma does. So your right click is basically useless apart from to keep people generally active in this comp. Unless you're using it for angular support. And you're paired with a Baptiste, so just give him most of it. Unless you're farming, of course. 1k and 4.2? That's about average. Yeah, Ren. That's about average. Man, you hate to see it, don't you? Honestly, I'd rather you just walk up here, AFK here, and then about now go and peek when it's expensive for them. I'd literally rather you were AFK right now. Is that crazy to you? Or is this like a reasonable thing that you'd think of doing? Make it so that the diva cannot come and get you because it's too expensive to do it. And then when the diva comes and gets you, throw the pylon away from you so it's still healing you, force them to go see it, and then shift yourself out when the boosters are gone. How do you get to top 5? How do you get to Masters 2, dude? What happened? You run into an entire team full of bots? Did you just click on people for this entire time? Damn. That's it, I'm afraid. So yeah, easily carryable, lots to talk about. I'm not sending you my solo carry pub stomps. I get it. Yeah, if you actually are able to download all of this stuff into your gameplay, obviously you've got a lot to work on and you're going to be fine. I wanted to cover literally everything because I thought I may as well make some use out of my my week spent of talking and thinking about Illiari. And to be clear, like, all of this stuff is applicable on every other character in a slightly different way because their strengths are different. This is how to learn a character in general is what I've covered. Illiari is just one specific version of that.